As you know, one of the rarest personality types in the world is INFJ, so of course it makes sense that many people don't understand them. In fact, pretty much all INFJs always feel misunderstood by almost everyone around them. One obvious fact about INFJs to keep in mind is that they're introverts. They're very picky about who they choose to befriend, and once they do befriend you, they can be so hard to understand. If you have INFJ friends that you have trouble understanding, don't worry, stay tuned till the end of this video because today I'm talking about the 7 main things you need to know about being friends with an INFJ. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get the latest videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off for us today is INFJs need time to talk about their feelings. It's a fact that INFJs are great listeners. As a friend, you might think you can go ahead and talk to them about anything, and that is definitely true. No matter what, they'll always listen to you. In fact, many times they'll completely absorb themselves into someone else's problem so they don't focus on their own. They could even have a bolt of lightning about to hit them, but they'll still completely absorb themselves in someone else's problems. But here's the thing, INFJs are extremely sensitive. And sometimes they focus so much on other people that they end up neglecting their own emotions. At first, it might not seem like a big deal, but after a while, their problems end up becoming too much to handle. And at those times, they really need someone they can talk to. All they need is for someone to sit and listen to them. Even if it's a problem they've talked about 100 times, sometimes they just need to unload. Otherwise, they end up feeling neglected and like they don't matter. So please, if you have an INFJ friend, take time to hear them out. When they need to rant, simply be there for them. Next up, and the number 6 thing you need to know about being friends with an INFJ is they don't share all of their feelings. The biggest problem extroverted people feel with their INFJ friends is feeling offended when they don't share their feelings with them. You might share all of your feelings and emotions with an INFJ, but they won't do the same. It's nothing to feel offended or hurt about. Yes, INFJs need time to talk about their feelings, but not always. You can't expect them to always be completely open about everything they feel and do. INFJs like to keep their feelings private. Only 1 or 2 people in their life actually know about their painful moments. They don't go around telling their difficult moments to just anyone. Just don't get mad at your INFJ friends for that. They're already mad at themselves for it. The thing is that all INFJs desperately desire deep friendships and relationships. However, in most of their friendships, they feel like they don't want to bother the other person with their problems or thoughts. Many times, they even keep what they did today to themselves. They know the other person might feel offended, but trust me, they're trying their best. You'll get there eventually. Number 5 on our list today is an INFJ's biggest fear is losing the ones closest to them. There's one thing you might have noticed if you have an INFJ friend. Sometimes they tend to apologize for the little things that didn't even feel like a big deal to you. And sometimes they ask you if you're mad at them or if they did something wrong out of the blue. You might think that's weird and you might even feel confused. Just like deep friendships and relationships, INFJs also crave having long-term friendships and relationships. To make their friendships last for the long term, INFJs tend to get clingy. But here's the problem, INFJs are private and that's why they tend to keep their clinginess hidden as well. Whenever INFJs get close to someone, they have a fear that the other person will get frustrated with them or leave. The fear is always hanging there in the back of their minds. That's why when a good friend ignores one of their texts or they haven't seen a good friend in a while, they'll feel worried and they'll think something went wrong. So next time an INFJ randomly asks you if they did something wrong, it's just them making sure because they don't want to lose you. So just be there for them and give them slight reassurance that you are there for them. Next up, and number 4 today, is if they're quiet, they're not ignoring you. Another problem you might face with your INFJ friends is when you're talking about your issues, they might just nod and smile. Or if it's in text, they might reply really slowly. You might think that they don't care about your problems, but it's completely the opposite. It's actually because they care a bit too much. They don't want to go ahead and just reply with whatever comes to their mind. They want to really process what you're saying, understand the problem, and reply clearly. They're basically trying to understand your thoughts and reply in a way that you'll be able to relate to. I know, sometimes the wait can be frustrating, but trust me, the silence is worth the wait, because once they do reply, they'll give you great advice. Next time you go to your INFJ friend with your problems, please just give them some time to analyze them. That's just how the INFJ mind works. Just know that the reply will be worth the wait. You really just need to be patient with your INFJ friends. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, please show your appreciation and hit that like button. That signals YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Starting our top 3 things to keep in mind about being friends with an INFJ is INFJs need you to reach out first. When you haven't talked to an INFJ friend for a while, you'll notice that they never really initiate a conversation and pretty much never make a plan to meet themselves. It's true. INFJs rarely ever reach out to people or make plans. It's not because they don't care or they don't miss you. In fact, they're probably really missing you. But they hold back because they always have a fear that maybe the other person doesn't want to talk to them, or maybe they don't want them around. And honestly, the last thing an INFJ wants is to go and fix something that's not wanted. And oftentimes, INFJs also get distracted by all the thoughts in their head, and they really just need a reminder and some effort from the people close to them. Honestly, INFJs are always glad to talk to you. They just struggle to reach out first. Don't think that they don't care about you because of that, though. In the runner-up spot is INFJs need you to make some effort to understand them. All of their lives, INFJs face one issue. No one understands them. No one understands the thoughts that go on in their head. They all know they're weird. They all know their mind works in a weird way. They've accepted the fact that not everyone in their life will be able to understand them. But with the people they're close to, they expect at least a little effort. They know you might not understand them right away, but they do expect you to try. Yes, sometimes they might not reach out to you first, and they might not initiate plans first, but when people take it negatively and get mad at them, they feel even more misunderstood. Sometimes they just need someone who will at least put in the effort to try to understand them. If you truly want to be friends with an INFJ, you'll need to show them that you're one of the few people who are willing to put in the effort to understand them and their minds. Topping our list, and the number 1 thing you need to know about being friends with an INFJ is sometimes they need to be left alone. With everything I've just talked about, sometimes INFJs just simply need to be left alone. It's not because they're mad at you, it's definitely not because they don't like you. INFJs would never become friends with you in the first place if they didn't like you or your company. But here's a fact. At the end of the day, INFJs are still introverts, and they need to recharge their social battery from time to time. To do that, they just need to be left alone. They might even cancel plans with you because they just don't have the social energy for it. And it bothers them when their friends tend to get mad about that. They don't know how to make others understand, but sometimes they just need to be alone with their thoughts. So don't take it personally. It might take time, but once you actually understand an INFJ, there's no better and more loyal friend than an INFJ. Do you have any INFJ friends in your life, or are you an INFJ? What are your thoughts on these things to keep in mind? Make sure to leave a comment and let me know. You've got this, now go get it done. Grab yourself some more brain food to help you level up your life and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.